But no, we back. Another episode of Quarantings. And this one is another Riddle Me This.
I know, I'm throwing you a hardball right after we didn't record last week because you were on your vacation.
I'm on island vacation with everything I read.
I was like, are you ready to do Riddle Me This when you get back? And you're like, I guess.
No, actually what you said, if I believe, was the exact quote, like, hey, if you could take some time away from being fucked up on this vacation, I just need you to listen to this episode. And then we
That's
do a
true.
Riddle Me This.
I did say that, but I was nice. I saved the proposal of doing Riddle Me This until I actually saw you when you got back. I was like, that's a little much.
You're so kind.
But I did say, I was like,
you hear that?
Go listen to the episode, make sure it's good.
She's so nice. She's a person of the people. The nicest CEO you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
But yes, I don't even know. Like, low key, this will probably be the hardest title for me to come up with because I don't even know. Like,
you don't even know what to
is.
say. Should we brainstorm the title right now? I would call it.
I mean, because like really, I just want to be like, oh.
What's the word for somebody who
loco in the cabeza?
over-explains this? Both.
I would have sang that one song that I always hear at the white bars. She's a crazy bitch and on top of it. I don't know the song. I can't tell you what the name of the song is.
I guess I know.
Do you know what the song is?
I do. Once you did the that part, I knew. I didn't know from the lyrics.
That's what they say in the thing. No, I'm just telling. That's the only reason I know because I know he goes, "She a crazy bitch." On top of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but you know what song I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And now you know that those are the lyrics. So that was my first thought as far as the title. And then Loco de Cabeza was my second thought.
I don't know. I don't know. Like this one's just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling. I wouldn't put it on the level of crazy that's the Bay's birthday one was. That was more to me. This is like, I feel like this is a good topic because of the fact that I feel like this is a classic example of women like just like
not getting
it's too much. like reel it in, honey. This is much more than anyone in the situation needs, and I understand. Like I feel this pain of like you want to like make it okay. Like you want to like have this closure and have this nice way of just wrapping everything up and like really explaining to the person how you actually feel,
but you're not able to actually break it down.
Yeah, and or like they literally just don't care, and it's just like, why are you saying all this? So anyway, I feel like for those reasons, it's actually a really good episode because a lot of women, me included. It's not shade. Like,
no, you're just speaking in like literal general sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I guess. I mean, I don't know. Do I like kind of go through like the whole timeline? Do you think that is the best way to do this?
Yeah. We can go through the timeline a little bit. So we're talking about a situation that you recently found yourself in.
Yes, this was a situation I found myself in with the individual of the fair sex.
Yes.
That like kind of actually like to precursor the timeline, like I had definitely tried to shoot my shot like over a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago.
I feel like that's key to the story, that this is not just like a
new
new individual. Yeah.
Shot the shot. Mm-hmm. That was Brick City. Look at Carlton, Will Smith. Like, damn, I missed. Should have passed it to Will. And it was just like, okay, whatever. But, we had some mutual friends. So, like, we'd still see each other out. And it'd be fine, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just left it alone. Like, once I failed the shot, I was like, let me not be, like, overly aggressive.
Yeah.
Just, like, let shit go.
Let me not do too much. Yeah.
So then, funny enough, we was at a birthday party, which the studio audience was at, and where those medals come from. And after the birthday party, we went to, like, an after party, and she happened to be there. And I didn't know that she was going to be there at the time. One of my cousins just said, "Oh, show up, you'll be happy."
It's the same thing. Like, why? I will never get over this. It's the same thing I was saying in the other episode. Like, in what universe do you invite me to a place where a person of interest of mine, whether I ended it or they ended it or it just fizzled, like, it doesn't matter. Warn me. Like, I don't understand. But anyway, that's not the point. I know that's not the point. But I get so annoyed when people don't be warning you that, like, what is going to occur. But continue.
Warnings are good, though. There's some people that warnings are not enough. But okay, that's fine. So, like, yeah. So we go to the party. We're, like, or the after party. We're hanging out, having drinks. Like, and this is after a day of drinking. So I'm already kind of lit anyways.
Yep.
And then, yeah, so I think I put it on here. But what I was going to say is, like, so at some point, I don't know why, but we ended up, like, play fighting. And I guess
Wait. More details.
We ended up, like...
wrestling?
Yeah, we ended up, like, wrestling, like,
okay,
with the whole, like,
wrestling.
referee.
So you... So you're not talking about just, like, some like, jokey shots were fired.
I mean, I thought it was jokey at the time, but I guess she took it a little...
But it's not discussion. Yeah,
correct. No. It wasn't, like, prompted. It was more like a...
carnal.
It was like she physically challenged me, and I was like,
yeah.
"Hold on, chill. Like I'm not no weakling." Like da da da.
Right.
And so then, yeah, I had to apparently put her in her place. I don't recall this. I don't recall this part, but apparently
so you're blacked, and she's like, "Let's wrestle." Okay,
yeah,
good. This is a great story. Continue.
And then, then Joe tells me this part I got directly from Joe. I don't recall this.
Oh God.
But I guess like after the fight, like I guess I made her cry. And to
be clear, I did not get all these details when you told me the later parts of the story.
You wanted me to put it on wax, so
this
wax.
Is so funny. Okay, so she's crying.
Then I'm like, oh dang, but like Joe was like,
because you harmed her, or because she was just like upset.
Honestly, the way the story was told to me, I think it was more that she really took the L. Personally,
not in the fight.
Like
really.
actual like I injured her or anything like that.
Right.
Which later in the story, like obviously she wasn't injured because like whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody left, hooked up. So yeah.
So she was fine.
Yeah,
okay,
she was definitely fine.
So she challenges you to a physical matchup. You win.
Correct.
She's crying. Everyone leaves. You smash.
No, I stopped
to be
her.
Clear.
Her crying stopped before everyone left.
Okay.
But like, there was.
But essentially,
yes.
Yeah,
but essentially, that's a great way to tell it. Is that way? Yeah, I'm fine with it telling it that way.
Okay.
So yeah, whatever. So I'm already like, okay, cool. I've come back around. We're good to go. I've accomplished the thing. The next day, wake up, whatever, just being like fake flirty, whatever.
Yeah. Hungover as shit. Yeah. Just trying to get through the morning without making things worse. Yeah.
Exactly. Ended up hanging out the whole day. And then
you love to do this, and I'm just so baffled as someone who literally rarely
sleep. Yeah. You can't even sleep at the same place that you smash.
Rarely sleep over. I'm like, nah, I gotta go.
I'm comfortable. Like if I'm comfortable, like I'm cool. Like we can hang out. Like it's fine.
It's so rare. Like the next morning, I'm like, nah, I gotta go. Like right now. One time I left. I mean, that's a whole nother story. But one time I dipped out at like literally 6 a.m. I was like, I gotta go. Like
you can't let them wake up and they see you there.
No, like I have to leave. Anyway, continue.
You're dedicated, but I be comfortable.
So you're chilling all day.
Yep. So whatever. Go home. I'm like, whatever. It's cool. Like we had exchanged numbers the night before, so I'm like, we'll see if she ever hits me up.
Yeah.
So we proceed to like hang out. I would say maybe not like hella consistent, but I would say like we hung out probably like at least once a week.
Oh.
For like the next 3 weeks.
To me, that's hella consisting. Okay.
I know, because you're hearing all about the no access. Like, there's VIP and then there's fucking get to Kristen's table. We don't know where it is. Yeah. Like, you need to know like the secret passcode and the trap door.
Correct.
But, so I'm like, whatever. But now we come up to, AKA my favorite time of the year, History Week.
Yep.
And
which, for those who don't know, means your birthday.
Correct.
Yes.
You should know. Lume Oscar History Week, the best week of the year. And so it's like coming up to that time, and she knows, she's aware of it. And so she sends me a text saying like, hey, just FYI, I don't want you to feel any pressure about like wanting to invite me out. Like if you want to just have fun on your birthday weekend with your friends, it's cool. And I'm like, did you not want to come?
Right.
Like,
yeah, that sounds to me like.
I'm like, talk about like
trying to get out of it.
Having the best last party of the summer, and you don't want to show. Like that's very awkward. But I'm like, yeah, you could come. Like I don't know why. I was expecting you to come, but if you don't want to come, like that's on you.
That's you, right?
So whatever. She was like, no, it's okay. I was just checking. Blah blah blah. I'm like, Again,
I
red flags. I should have caught.
yeah,
I should have caught. I should have seen it, but I let that red flag pass me.
Well,
right
okay,
on
so at
by.
this point, had she hung out with you and your friends prior to this or no?
Not all the people that were at History Week, no. But I mean, she'd been here.
Right.
And again, because we had mutual friends, she had met enough people at History Week where if I had not talked to her the whole time, she would have had plenty of people to talk to.
I can understand. See, and this is exactly what I was talking about when it's like it's just too much, just a little bit too much. Because I can understand the anxiety of like, I'm talking to this guy, I've been hanging out with him for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's his birthday. Literally, all his friends are going to be there. It's a little bit awkward to know, like, am I supposed to act like the girlfriend? Am I supposed to act like I'm just like with the friends? Should I bring another girl with me to like be my person?
But again, like with the mutual friends, like she could have just as easily hung out with them and acted like non-girlfriend.
Exactly.
And not none
you could
the
just
wiser.
feel that like it's not, that's what I'm saying, it's not serious enough that you need to like pose this like very ultimatum feeling question of like, should I even come? Like, no, just feel it out. It's gonna be fine. So
we hadn't even had the whole conversation about like what
like
what are we?
Why
thing
are
or whatever.
you? Yeah, why are we entangling? Like it's my
Yeah.
birthday. Let's get fucking turnt with like what are
so
we?
it's like
nah.
we're not even at that point yet. So I'm like, whatever. And also, I can already tell this episode is really just like, oh, Lume bitching for like 20 minutes, but it's cool. I'm here.
It's fine.
So whatever, we go through, and there was a point at History Week, like we had a great time, but there was a moment in which and again, I did not see this, but I was told this by people.
Uh-oh.
There was a moment in which apparently she may or may not have been approaching another dude.
There we go.
Group.
There we go.
This dude who, by the way, already had a girlfriend who was also there.
Oh my god.
So that started a whole thing. And now like the mutual friend and her are like going back and forth, and I guess she's telling the mutual friend like, "Oh, you don't know like me and Lume's situation," and I'm sitting here like when I hear that story back, I'm like, I don't know me and you situation. So
exactly.
Wow, this is news to me. Like we got a situation. Like okay. So that was like a whole thing, and then she ended up again, funny enough, crying. And
yikes, okay.
like trying to apologize, and I was just like, well, I didn't see anything. I can't really take your apology or not take your apology because like
it must have been pretty blatant if like people were seeing it and like calling her out and she's crying.
I mean, people were really lit that day, especially.
Yeah.
So I do think that what might have been like, again, I'm not going to say that she didn't probably come flirtatiously at this guy.
Right.
But I don't know that necessarily maybe her
goal
was the same as what her girlfriend or the guy's girlfriend and some people interpreted it to be.
Oh, the girlfriend was the one that was mad. I get that.
Yeah,
okay,
which I totally understand. So it's fine. But, again, History Week. That's all I can say. It ain't for the week.
I don't know. If she was just being flirtatious with one of your friends, like...
Well, I didn't know the guy. I just knew the girl. So, and she brought her man. Like, but that was part
all of it is like...
It's slap
apples and oranges. Yeah.
So, whatever. So, we get to History Week's over.
Mm-hmm.
We hang out. Like, I think the next week, I can't remember what. I think like the NBA bubble had just started or something. Like, she came over to watch some basketball, whatever. We hang out.
Yeah.
And then don't hear from her for like a week, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Then she like comes back around, hits me up, asks for something that she had, because a lot of people randomly left things all over the place from History Week, so we were like returning items, which literally was like a 2-week project.
Right.
And so I got her stuff back. And then she didn't talk to me again for another like week and a half.
What do you mean she didn't talk to you? Are you like hitting her up and she's ghosting?
I'm saying like I send a text, you don't answer. I wait a couple days. Then maybe I text about something that we've talked about. So now I'm not even texting in like a, ooh, let's get it in type of way. I'm texting in a like, yo, this Kobe jersey's really dope. Or, yo, did you see that game?
Or, common interest, yeah.
No answer.
Nothing. So just hard ghost.
Mm-hmm. So then, yeah.
Savage.
So then I get a message, probably, I want to say it's like the end of that month. And she's like, yeah, like right now, like I'm just really not ready for anything. Like, like
Unprompted? Or
correct.
were you like in conversation?
There was no conversation. This was like now she's finally come
What?
out of ghost.
So she goes to the trouble of ghosting you for weeks and then like comes around and is like, let me provide an explanation? Like,
I'm just not ready for, whatever emotion. I really should read the whole text, but I won't. But she's like, like I can't like do this like right now. I need to like get back to doing me. And she like listed all these things that are like doing her. Like I was hindering her from doing any of those things. Like
right.
I was like, oh, you want to work out? Like, do I stop you from doing that? Like, I was like, not to mention the thing. I know you want to bring up at another later day about sex being a workout, but like,
yeah.
it's not like we're not working out. Like,
right.
Okay. So,
but also like if that, like, I don't know, as someone who has been like, nah, I don't have time for this. I need to like do what I need to do. And that it does include working out. Like I get what she's saying on like an intellectual level, but it's not the time nor the place to lay out like your fucking aspirations for the next 6 months. Like you're literally, first of all, why are you, it's just so messy. Why are you back? Why are you like, anyway.
So then the irony of you saying that about laying out her plans for the next 6 months is that I didn't see her for the next 6 months. Didn't hear from her.
She was being quite literal. Here's where I will be.
Good.
Not with your ass.
Ghost. Except for like, I think there was a time like 3 months into it where I guess she like sent me a message and I had already well, this is the thing.
Oh, blocked.
My petty ass. I had blocked her.
That's not petty. That's what you should do.
I know. I should have just kept it that way. But anyway, I blocked her, and then I saw something on like IG or Facebook or something, and I like commented like, "Dang, I guess I'm just a social media friend now, huh?"
Ooh.
And then
you came with the shots.
But the funny part is that she comes back with a screenshot talking about, "Oh, I never blocked you." And then I like didn't say anything, but then I went and looked at my phone and I'm like, "Oh, I blocked you."
I blocked you. Okay, that's
I was
a little
like,
bit
"Whoops,
petty.
my bad." But I guess she had sent another long explanation message, but in the screenshot I could only see a little bit, so I never got it. So I was like, "Dang, I wonder what that explanation message was. It would have been nice to get."
Right.
Of course, now fast forward 3 months later,
You're like, nah, I don't need that shit.
do get one.
Right.
And I was just like, "Oh." Okay, and it's like one thing when you're like explaining that you're like going through stuff and
Wait. So back up. So 6 months you know of nothing.
6 months I have not seen her other than that instance that I just told you.
Yep.
That's our only conversation.
Okay.
This
So
whole
then
6
months, then what?
So then I get a little like explanation message and
Another one?
well,
Another one?
Well, this was like oh no. So what happened is it was her birthday. So I was just.
It was her birthday.
Correct. So I said happy birthday, whatever.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
We had a little.
Whatever.
It-
The
it-
holiday sneak attack.
It was
birthday.
definitely a holiday sneak attack, birthday
Yeah,
style,
fine, no
whatever. But
problem.
it was a short
Right.
interaction, like maybe 3 messages back and forth.
Right.
Done. Then after that, I get the little explanation message of like, like I feel real bad.
So this is number 2. This is explanation number 2.
Yes, exactly. But
Number 2, count them. 1, 2. Okay.
But no, this is. Well, I think technically this would be 3.
Yeah.
But again, this is the second one I've seen. This is the second one I've seen. So I'm like, okay, cool. And again, I want to point out, I want to preface this. Just on the off chance she ever hears it. I totally understand.
You want to hedge this?
No, I'm not gonna hedge it.
We're going to get into the hedging episodes? Okay.
I'm not going to hedge it, even though it's bet extraordinaire. She's all about hedging. And we'll get to that in the quick hits. But anyways, I totally understand when people are going through stuff and like feeling some type of way. And
Totally.
Like, that's totally cool. I don't disrespect it. I get it. Like, do you? Oh, B, you should call Oscar because apparently he's calling me. And I clearly can't answer that. But, so I was just like, she gave like a longer explanation than necessary, but she also said some things that almost made me feel like I was the bad guy. She was like, "You're so lucky that you have, friends that care about you," and I was like, "You don't have like," I'm like, "What do you want me to do with that? Like, if you don't have friends that care about you, like, what do you want me to do?"
But so what was
that?
without reading the whole thing, like what was the point of the message that she was sending you?
I think
to say
the
what?
point of the message was that she wanted me to not feel like I was some shitty ass nigga that like played her and like,
and she just like was toxic.
Like, like she wanted me to like keep my confidence and like be cool, so to speak. Stay dope.
So she felt guilty.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
So I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess thank you for that, but like
But also,
honestly,
it makes literally no difference. See, this is the thing. If you're going to be toxic, if you're going to ghost, if you're going to do all this shit, fucking keep that same energy. You cannot go back on it. It just doesn't work because the other person, like, even though the other person like might have their feelings hurt, and so you would think that you like sending them that bone of being like, hey, like, keep your head up, kid.
I'm
like,
making it feel better.
right?
Junior.
Like, no, like that doesn't fucking work because the reality is even though their feelings are hurt, they don't actually care about you in your opinion, even though they think that they do, and so. It doesn't work. And like everybody should stop doing this. You either have to be the good person from the jump or be toxic fuck boy, fuck girl from the jump. Like you can't flip-flop like this. It just doesn't pan out.
So you're saying you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, you can't change?
People can change. You just can't change your strategy with the person that you are talking to.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Like the person themselves can. But not in the course of like this little ditty. Like
it's not a football game. You can't change your
right,
game plan midway through and it work.
If you feel regret over your actions and your own toxicity, then like move on and don't do that again with the next person. But to go back to you now and to be like, oh yeah, like hang in there, kid. It's just like what? Like as if you need that. Like
don't worry, little Timmy.
Right? Like
you'll be all right.
Put this damn hat on, looking ass.
Man. And you're right. It did not really bring me any like
like you're like what
feeling.
the fuck, like what do I care, like
other than the fact that I was like, oh, okay, well, hey, maybe she's just around trying to pop back on the dick. So I was like,
right. Like you're like again hedging, which is fine.
Cool.
That's appropriate.
Oh no, that part's not hedging. I was seriously like, oh, maybe she's just trying to like. I'm not mad about it. Like I hadn't got it in a while, so like that's great.
Yeah.
So then, like, I don't know, I think maybe like a month later, she actually comes back around, like, comes here, hang out, obviously, got it in, cool, everything's cool.
This is a month after that?
Well, no, actually, I take it back. Yeah.
Oh my God, so she comes back around again?
I'm wrong. I'm remembering wrong. So,
okay.
There was the birthday, there was this message, there was like a 2-week window of like, kind of like messaging back and forth. Then we hung out. Then we hung out again the next week.
Oh, this is getting confusing. But there was a long period where you didn't talk. She came back.
Yeah, there was a 6-month gap.
Okay.
Talk.
Okay.
Talk for like 3 weeks. That includes hanging out in person twice in those 3 weeks. And then there was the message that you do know about.
Yeah, this is the
where
kicker.
We were supposed to like
Strike 3, you're out, bitch.
We basically set up to hang out, and it was her idea. And then I'm waiting the next day, like, oh, whatever, we both work, and I'll get this little message, and then she's like, actually, I just changed my mind. And like I have no problem saying this all wax. Like I just don't feel the spark. And I was like, if I hung out with anybody I was even interested or not interested in twice in a 7-month period, spark is the last word.
That's what I mean. That's
like literally is the last word I would use.
Exactly. You're
I'm like, and maybe that's just me. Like I don't know, but like I know that a lot of people, men and women, are looking for love, and I'm all the way happy for them.
Right.
Don't take too personal, like actual in real life visits in 7 months and act like, oh, we should be married.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, so she sends you like a third long ass message being like, can't do it.
And she's just like, you're a great person, and like. We could still be friends if you want, but if you don't, I respect
just a repeat
your
of the greatest hits, just the same old thing.
And I'm just like, like at this point now, it's like I'm like mad. I'm like, well, yeah, like I know I'm a great person. You've already told me,
yeah,
like,
no shit.
And
also we fucked multiple times. Like,
this is also
what is this combo?
Yeah,
okay.
So I'm just like, okay, like if you don't want to be my girlfriend / whatever, which again we were not having that. We never had that conversation in the first, like one time. We never had that conversation one time.
Nor were you like trying to get her to have it.
She needed a lot more time.
Right,
so,
exactly.
And again, with these gaps, we never had the opportunity.
Oh boy. Okay.
So I'm just like, oh wow, okay, well, All right then. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I had talked to you that weekend, and I was fucked up because I was like, wow, this girl really just done
When you
mind
read me
fucked
the text, oh man, I was just like, what is she on? Like, she comes over to your house, hangs. Anyway, I don't know. I see two scenarios here.
Okay.
Potentially. Like, I'm trying to think through, like, what the fuck is in this girl's
You're
mind?
all about the devil's advocate. 'Cause
Yeah.
I want you to come out here.
Here's
you're
where I'm
Wonder
at.
Woman.
This is what I told you and Joe, and you looked at me with deer in the headlights. Like, really? That's what you think? When I first heard the story, based on like what was actually said in the actual text that I've read, like my first thought was it's guilt over her wanting casual sex with you. That was honestly my first thought, because she doesn't strike me like, because of all these things that you're saying, like how she's trying to like have these deep talks like every 5 minutes basically, like it's like she doesn't appear to be very comfortable in the casual space, the situationship space.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just a sign of like, she came over here, hooked up with you, like felt guilty about it, and stopped. Like that's like the repeat story.
Mm-hmm.
She hooks up with you and then feels guilty about it, like, and then feels like she needs to cut it off because she's like internalizing her own guilt and shame, and that's why she's like saying things to you about like, you're great and I just need to work on me and like da 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 da. And I get it. Like, again, I understand. Like, I'm not even trying to shit on this girl because I feel it.
Understand. It's
do.
crazy because you've told me this already, like you said, and I'm looking at you in the same deer headlights and I heard it first time.
I do. I understand, because it's so hard to shake the shackles of like the pressure and guilt and shame that society always has about like women who enjoy casual, sex, or even just casual relationships and dating. Like, it's very, very confusing and complicated when you think that you want it and that yet you feel bad about it, and maybe not even consciously. So I feel her so hard, but like, girl, like, you are just doing too much, honey.
The execution, you can't approve the execution.
Yeah, the execution is just not there. And like, that's what I told you and Joe, is like, to me, that sounds like a girl who just needs to make peace with her own fucking situation and come to terms with what she's looking for and like figure it the fuck out. The second idea that I have is just simply that she couldn't bring herself to like stay away from you. Like, she wanted to and like literally couldn't. I don't know if you were just like giving her good sex or what. Like,
so you're saying like I'm the toxic for her. So
well, yeah, like, I mean, I've been in that situation too, where there's like a guy and like, that it's just like not the vibe for whatever reason. Like, maybe you're not on the same page about what you want. Maybe it's just like the schedules are bad, like literally anything, but you just cannot bring yourself to like remove. Yeah. Ex-nay. Done.
Like, yeah, you can say like, I know that there's not a true future with that person, but then you're just like, I keep living in the fucking moment.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, why do I keep doing that? Like, I need to start thinking about my future. And then next thing you know, you live in the moment again.
And what happens with that type of person is that you get in like every interaction you have with them always feels like it's like serendipity that it happened, even though it's really just like the inevitability of the fact that you run in the same circles and that social media exists.
Yeah.
But in those moments when you're trying to get rid of this toxic person, you just can't. Like, anytime you quote unquote accidentally or coincidentally like see them, meet them, comment, like likes, DMs, whatever, it feels like the universe is telling you to go back with that person. And that's not what it is, but your mind is justifying it.
Lume posted on Instagram today?
Yeah.
Should probably get that D.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's one of those two things. I'm leaning towards the internalized shame, to be honest with you.
I know you are.
But
you felt that way for a minute, to be fair. So
also, just I don't want to be too petty, but just based on a lot of other things too.
Hey, I told you, I told you even more on wax right now than you even do. So the fact that you still feel that way is impressive to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess the riddle me this is just like, damn, why?
What
happened?
What happened? Why?
And again, I guess for me, my biggest thing is just like, girl, like, it was like, I shot my shot 2 years ago.
I know.
And you came back. And I'm not against a good comeback around.
Right,
I love
yeah,
it.
fine.
Totally
Timing,
love it.
yeah.
But it's like, if you just come back around to smash, like, you got that done a long time ago. Like, could have been done in July. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This one is something else. I don't know what this girl is on.
I mean, what can I tell you? I know how to find them.
I told you, I was like, do you wanna do this episode? Like, it's gonna shut the door.
I mean, like, she's told me that she's listened to a couple of the podcasts. So, I mean, I don't know if she's like I don't know if she's rate, reviewed, or subscribed yet. But if I had to guess, I would doubt it. And I'm sure once some of these clips come out, she's definitely not going to.
Oh, because that was the other thing. I remember why the other reason that I felt like she was just dealing with some guilt is because you told me that. And then you were like, "Yeah, she didn't like some of the stuff you were saying," and I was like,
yeah,
a lot of people don't like the stuff that I say. It's fine."
On the ghosting episode, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like saying all this stuff about ghosting. It's like toxic and shit. She's like, I'm not toxic. Bitch, you are.
She was taking it.
Just own it. It's fine.
Taking it a little too much, literally. I'm like, okay, well, you feel that way, but I mean, you kind of made me that way, so.
But this is a good example of the fact that like. This is toxic too, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You can still ghost and still come back, and they will still let you.
Oh, like I just said, there is nothing I don't. I appreciate a good comeback around.
Mm-hmm.
I totally do. I think there's ways to do it that are better than others.
Yeah.
I think we brought up today an example of not how to do it, but again. You can come back around, and I can support that. There are plenty of situations where the comeback around makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Do your thug thizzle. This is not necessarily one of those.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Man,
So tell me this. If she texted you, would you reply?
Yeah, I'd reply.
Just because you don't care? Like, what's the thing?
I mean,
she's not blocked, obviously, then. You said, yeah, sure. What?
I mean,
what?
I would reply, but I mean, again, like, are you saying, like, she's texting me and she's just saying, like...
if she texted you tomorrow and said, hey, Lume, what's up? You want to hang out?
Oh, see, like, I would respond, but I wouldn't be like, yeah, let's hang out. I'd just be like, I'm good. Or I'd say something very, like, bland like that, like, I'm good.
Why would you respond then?
I don't know, because it's funny to me. And she needs to get some of that torture.
Okay.
I got to send it back.
So you'd respond.
I'm petty.
You'd respond, but you'd deny.
I'm petty. So, like, for me, I'm all about Revenge Incorporated. So, if there's any way I could put her through anything I could. Ooh, dang. Ooh.
I did that one time.
See, that's real petty, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Dang, I didn't think about that.
One time this guy, like, sent me, like, literally a novel, like, long, and I just liked it and never spoke to him again. Whoops. Sorry.
But you're not, though. Oh, man. Okay,
yeah, I don't do that to normal people. That was extenuating circumstances.
Well, I mean, she's not normal, so.
So you would not hang out. What if she was, like, sent the WYD at 12? What would you do then?
Well, first of all, as I've already discussed on the pod before,
you're not at liberty
if you're hitting me up after midnight and you're not in jail or a family, I'm not responding anyways.
Oh, give me a break on a Friday or Saturday night.
Okay, if it's a Friday or Saturday night, I'm up, and then I'll probably look at Joe and be like, "Hey, check this out."
Yeah, and Joe will be like, "Why not? Why wouldn't you respond?" We already know Joe would be about it. He'd be like, "Sure, what's the problem? Who cares? Fuck it."
Well, then we'd have to wait till another podcast to find out what happened. Same pod time, same pod channel. Like.
Well, there you go. We'll leave the door open on that one. I thought the door was closed, but shit, I'm staying corrected, man.
I mean, you're going to post this and the door going to be closed, so don't you worry about them texts.
Girl, if you're out there, you know who you are. You're going to know after all this. You can still text me.
Wow.
Slide those DMs. Shoot that shot again. Like that photo. Go on the Quarantings content and make some comments. I'll respond to you.
Wow.
Yeah, the spark thing is really funny.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. Like, it makes sense in the general sense of, like, I understand when people, like, hang out with someone and they're like, oh, I'm not feeling it. Like, I don't want to progress. Like, actually.
Also, I feel like she's capping in anyway. If you weren't feeling some type of way, like whether or not you were just trying to fuck her, or like whatever, you really like them, like you would, like after 6 months, you wouldn't like rekindle that. because she's like the one that rekindled it.
You would think.
So it's like it's one thing if like, you reached out to her and like tried to like make something happen, and then she was just like, okay.
Like, bah.
But that's not the case, and so it's like I don't understand what like to me that's just a cap. Like you obviously feel something. Also, this is like round 3, not even just round 2. So it's like you obviously feel something. Like I just like this is all a cap. I don't know what you're dealing with. Again, I think it's guilt, but something's behind this.
Low-key, I just think she's like you, and she got a little MLB roster. And
I don't think so. Not from
I just think there's like dudes that she be losing on the roster, and she just always want to make sure that I'm like on the traveling COVID team, like just in case COVID emergency.
Except then, then she just doesn't know what she's doing because you don't.
I didn't say she's good at it. Like,
yeah, you don't be sending these novels if that's the case. You gotta tighten that.
Gotta make
game
sure
strategy up. That's just not gonna work.
Gotta make sure those contracts tick.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
Let's tell you.
No.
I'm not that good, so I ain't got game like that.
The spark. Who talks that way?
Damn,
anyway?
maybe that's the title of this episode. Riddle Me This.
The spark. Oh yeah, you're right. That is the fucking title. That's lit.
Oh man,
Riddle
all
Me
right.
This.
Hey, we got it. Okay, we got it. I've never put a title on wax.
I don't think
before,
I've ever in my life said like anything about the spark like out loud. Like, that's just weird to me.
Or
anyway.
even worse, texted. Like,
yeah,
I could understand like speaking about it, but like
I can feel a spark between us. Should I send that to someone?
Oh, you should definitely send it to someone.
Should I?
But I won't tell
I
you
feel
who
like that
on
would
wax.
Oh, you want?
I won't put it on wax. I'll tell you who later. It's fine.
Oh god,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's about the time for you to make me a new Tinder bio anyway. The old one's getting old.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Well, summer's cuffing season's over, so
Thank God.
yeah. So we gotta start getting here to let out. We're about to start getting a little more wild in these episodes.
Yeah.
We probably gonna start. You're soon gonna start seeing some new environments that we'll be recording in.
Facts.
So we'll be doing that. And yes, with cuffing season ending, Kristen's gonna have all great stories, and I'm just gonna be sitting here with judgy eyes the
I don't
whole
know
time.
about all that.
And it's gonna be entertainment. We
We're gonna
promise
see.
you that.
I don't know.
promise
Like
you
I said, I feel like pretty succinct, but honestly a really good point to be made about like just don't do so much. Like this Riddle Me This. I like the name The Spark, but also the low key message is just don't do so much. Just
that could be the subtitle.
come on.
Doing too much.
Yeah, doing too much.
Oh, doing too much actually is a good title too.
I like The Spark. Anyway, let's take this drink break and hit some quick hits.
All right, drink break it is. Quick hit, shout out.